As we age, our bodies go through various changes that can affect our physical capabilities and overall health, which is why it's especially important for men our age to maintain a regular workout routine in order to stay fit, prevent disease, and improve our well-being. However, not all exercises are created equal, especially as we get older. In this video, I'm going to share the 6 best exercises for men over 40, taking into consideration specific needs and limitations. These exercises are designed to help men to build or maintain muscle and strength while also preventing injuries and promoting longevity. Whether you're just now starting your fitness journey or simply looking to switch things up a bit, these exercises are a surefire way to gain muscle and strength safely and effectively. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Exercise number 1. Parallel grip pull downs. Unlike the traditional pull down, the parallel grip pull down puts less strain on the shoulders, wrists, and elbows. And because older lifters tend to experience more nagging injuries like tennis elbow, for example, using a traditional grip where your hands are in a pronated position may cause more pain or discomfort, while switching to a more neutral grip can minimize this pain, making it easier to load these vertical pulling movements. As far as grip width is concerned, using a narrower grip often leads to less pain if there's existing issues in the shoulders, elbows, biceps, or wrist. Personally, I recommend experimenting with different grip widths to see what's most comfortable for you. Now, if you're worried that a parallel grip won't be as effective, consider this. One 2016 study compared the pronated grip pull down, supinated grip pull down, rope pull down, and a parallel grip pull down. While they found that the pronated grip resulted in significantly greater muscle activation in the mid-traps compared to the neutral grip, they concluded that all 4 grips elicit similar strength adaptations when implemented in a resistance training setting. In other words, you'll still hit your lats and other major muscle groups in the back by using a parallel grip, making it not just more comfortable, but just as effective as well. Exercise number 2, machine hack squat. Not only is this exercise great for building and strengthening the lower body, but it does so without overly involving the lower back and hips. So if for any reason you've noticed that the squat is causing discomfort, it may be time to consider this alternative. And if you're afraid that this machine variation won't be as effective, don't be. You see, muscles grow due to resistance, which can come from bands, machines, or free weights. So unless you're a professional powerlifter committed to the back squat, feel free to switch things up. The beauty of the hack squat is that the pad fully supports your head to your hips as you move up and down. And because this machine is equipped with a parallel grip for your hands, you'll put less stress on your shoulders and wrists than you would with the traditional barbell squat. Not only that, but it's much safer if you fail since the weight isn't directly over you. Now, if you're considering incorporating this squat variation into your training, here are a few execution tips you may find helpful. Use the foot width that feels most comfortable. For example, while a narrower stance targets the quadriceps more than the glutes and hamstrings, it'll also add more pressure to your knees. In that case, it may be best to use a wider stance. While this will shift more of the focus to the hamstrings and glutes, it'll still involve the quads to a great degree. Another alternative for those experiencing knee pain would be to place your feet further forward on the platform, as the angle will remove a lot of the pressure from the knees. Exercise number 3, machine shoulder press. Ideally, these machines will have angled or rotating grips that allow you to shoulder press without your hands in a fixed front-facing position. Having the hands angled slightly inwards or even totally parallel will reduce any potential discomfort in the shoulders if previous pain or injuries exist. Now, this is also easily achieved with a dumbbell variation. Not to mention, having to stabilize the weight like you would when using dumbbells can be good for your shoulders. So if for any reason you prefer to use dumbbells, that's totally fine. That said, for older lifters with varying degrees of lifting experience, a machine allows them to shoulder press without having to worry about the weight staying on the correct pressing path, which could become difficult with dumbbells as we progress. Not only that, but the machine variation makes it far safer to train heavy or perform sets to failure. Exercise number 4, chest-supported lateral raises. As men age, their testosterone levels decrease. One of the main effects of decreased testosterone is decreased muscle, which is most easily seen in the broadness or lack of broadness of the shoulders. One way to maintain broad, masculine shoulders is to incorporate lateral raises into your program. Although you may already be including some type of dumbbell lateral raise, there are a few adjustments that can be made to ensure we further emphasize the mid-delts. Let's look at the traditional dumbbell lateral raise, for example. The further in front of the body the dumbbell is, the more involvement we get from the front delt. This is why it's imperative that we do our best to raise the dumbbell directly at our side. That said, even when we're raising the dumbbell directly at our sides, the front delt is still bearing a good deal of the load. This is why most experts recommend internally rotating the shoulder during this exercise, as it'll further reduce involvement of the front delt. This, however, will put the shoulder in a vulnerable position, increasing risk of impingement, especially as you progressively add more weight. An easy way to combat this is to externally rotate the shoulder and lean slightly forward. Not only will this put your shoulders in a safer position, but it'll also shift most of the load to the mid-delts. And if you want to minimize the chance of cheating and further isolate the mid-delts, I recommend a chest-supported version where you're using an incline bench for support. Another tip with this exercise is to not abduct the arm more than 90 degrees, as once you do so, the front delt becomes more active again. I recommend raising the dumbbells until they are just below parallel to the floor, lifting them up at an angle slightly anterior to the body. Exercise number 5, dumbbell sumo squat. While this is a squat variation, the stance width and execution makes this exercise more of a hip hinge movement similar to the sumo deadlift, making it a great posterior chain builder. And while it still does target the quads to a significant degree, it does so without putting pressure on the knees. Not only that, but the sumo squat requires a wide stance and an emphasis on hip movement, which can help improve flexibility in the hips and groin. And because it strengthens the hips and thighs, it does a great job of improving mobility, thus reducing the risk of injury. So whether you want to go heavy or light, use dumbbells, kettlebells, or your own body weight, the sumo squat is a great addition to your lower body training arsenal, especially as you age. And exercise number 6, chest-supported dumbbell rows. This horizontal pulling exercise will add thickness to your back and strengthen muscles that will improve your posture, all without putting stress on your lower back. And while this exercise isn't complicated, here are a few tips you can use to make it a bit more effective. First, allow the dumbbells to hang at the bottom of each rep. This will ensure your back is in a fully stretched position at the bottom, allowing you to train through a full range of motion. Second, begin each rep by retracting the scapula and engaging your back. Initiating the movement this way will ensure you're using your back and not overly engaging your biceps at the start of the movement. And lastly, maintain a loose grip and think about driving your elbows back. This cue will help keep the back musculature engaged without shifting the focus to your arms. So there you have it, the 6 best exercises for men over 40. While you may not have to incorporate all of these exercises into your training, it's good to have them in your back pocket. After all, you never know when that nagging injury will rear its ugly head. Did you find this video helpful? If so, click the like button below, as it'll truly help out the channel. Also, if you're an intermediate or advanced lifter whose muscle gains have stalled and are looking to jumpstart new muscle growth, grab a copy of our brand new program, Mass 5 Full Body. This is a high frequency full body workout for intermediate or advanced lifters who are looking to take their physique to the next level. And right now, you can get an additional 25% off by using the coupon code MASS25. If you want to learn more, click the link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the content and want to support the channel, all we ask is that you click the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you don't miss another video. Peace.